Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 216. And I'm going to have some more fun today with the Layers of Beauty bundle that's going to be available in the upcoming May catalog. And this is a catalog I'm talking about. You'll be able to get it in here, but you can add it into your starter kit now if you don't want to wait. Otherwise, you can get it in May. I'm also going to be using the new Pretty in Pink pad. Pretty in Pink was a color a long time ago. I think like it might have been one of the colors when I joined, and that's been 25 years ago. I could be wrong, but I know we had it a long time ago, and it's been gone for a while. You know, we retire colors and refresh things, but some things are popular and they come back several years later, or I don't know how many years. But so Pretty in Pink, you might go, oh, I remember that color, and it's back. So I love that. It looks really, really good with bubble bath. So that's what I'm going to be putting it with today. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So I even have shorts on today. And this old girl, she doesn't usually wear shorts very often. But it's summer's starting to get here and it's a little warm. So yeah, so I'm going to be using those fun masks that I used the other day, and I'm also going to be using one of the masks that is retiring. So if you don't have them, you want to make sure you grab them. They don't take up any space. In fact, I have this little envelope here, and I have all my masks in here, whether they're retired or not. So see, look how little bits of space it does. I also put in there, like sometimes I will make my own mask. Some of our dies are perfect. Like for instance, this one, which is retiring, and this is Dots. Is it Dots and Spots? It's a big die, and so I have just die cut it out, and I have it on some crumb cake. Doesn't matter really, I'm just using it as a mask, but then I can blend through it, and then I have these cute little polka dots. So yeah, so I just kind of have that little envelope there that I keep all my masks in. So like I said, they don't take up much room. If you don't have them, just grab them. They're not that expensive, and they are retiring, the ones that are in the catalog. Okay, so I'm going to stop blabbing. I am watching the live premiere with you in the chat room, so if you have any questions at all, make sure that you head on over there and ask. If you are watching the replay, make sure you leave a comment down below, and then YouTube will let me know so I can reach out to you if you have any questions or anything like that. I usually try to comment on all of the if you leave a message. I had tons when I broke my arm, so I was not able to respond to all of those, so I do apologize, but I do love all the little messages I got. Okay, so I'm going to spin the camera right now and we will get started. So close your eyes just for a second. So this is what I'm going to be using today. Layers of Beauty, and then it has the coordinating Layers of Beauty die. So that's what we're going to use today. And I'm going to use a lot more colors than I did the other day. Tag or link to that video so you can see that one. So I used a lot less colors. But today I wanted to have even more fun because now I'm a little more familiar with the die. All right, or not the die, but the mask. So let me get some scrap paper here. So I have ink pads kind of like all over the place. Can you see that? All right. So I have, like I did the other day, I have cut my, not cut, my brain. I have, I'm going to put a little bit of seal on here just to make my card, that I'm stamping on, stay in place. So this just is going to help that stay in place, but it's still going to allow me to remove it. Then I have my masks, and I have them numbered. So they do have a number on them, but I did just put a little Sharpie. It's a little easier to see. Okay, so before we get started, I want to put on here, now ignore these. These are for the flower die, the layers. This is just a little layer, or this is a little die that's, I keep calling them die and they're masks, so I apologize. This is in the main catalog. So these are the artistic mask, mix mask, and the 4 square mask. Both of those are retiring, so you want to make sure you grab them. This one is the number 3. So this one is the artistic mix. All right. So I want to put just a little bit of a pattern on my cardstock before I start. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue because it's just a pretty, pretty blue. It's not super dark. So I'm just going to use my blending brush, and I'm going to just take a little bit off of there. I don't want it so dark that I can't see the flowers. So I'm just putting that on there. Just so there's a little bit, almost like the flowers are on a lattice. So see, look how cute that is on there. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. And just real quick, while I have my, whatchamacallit, my mask out, I'm going to take the inside piece, and I'm just going to put a little bit in the corner. That way I can close my Balmy and be done with that. So now I have a little bit of that on the inside of my card. All right, so that was Balmy Blue. Now the inside of the card, this one is 4 by 5 1/4. This front one is 3 3/4 by 5 because I'm going to layer it, so it's a little bit smaller. Okay, so we have our Balmy Blue on there. So now let's get my number 1. And I'm just going to use these little guides that I have on here. And I just used a pen, and I just traced that. I found by making a bunch the other day that I also found it a little easier if I put, kind of trace the edges too. Just makes it even more easier to line up. Now you can see I've been messing around with this mask. So we're going to use some multiple colors today. And I was too lazy to wash it and wait for it to dry. So I have just left my yellow on there since we are going to use it. Okay, so number 1, we're going to do the pink. So I'm using Bubble Bath. And I'm not going to get any off of there because I'm going to be using Pretty in Pink as my 3rd. So I don't have to get it really, really light as much as I did the other day. All right, so I'm just going to rub some Pretty in Pink. I'm going to try to avoid the yellow areas. So I'm just kind of being a little more careful than I was the other day. The other day when I did pink, I just went blah, 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 you know, all over. But now I'm just being a little more careful. With my pink, my Bubble Bath. So that's the first layer of Bubble Bath, and you can kind of see a little bit of that blue, Balmy Blue coming through, and that's totally fine. I love if it gets a little bit of the yellow because it makes that flower look even more real. All right, so let's get our number 2. So now we have our number 2, and I'm going to put it up here. Let me let that focus. I got too close to the camera. Hold on a minute. I'll get it in place while it focuses. All right. I just need to be a little more careful here. hold on a second, so you can see where it needs to lay. So this is my guide, but you also can pay attention to the one on here, because you can tell where it needs to go. Okay, so now I'm going to do bubble bath again. Again, I'm going to avoid those yellow areas, and we're just going to go bubble bath right into these areas. It's going to be a little darker now because you're going over where you already did bubble bath. And I found you can do like this too. Remember the old days we would, when we would paint and we had masks that we painted through? So you can also use your blending brush, like tap, tap, tap as well. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Okay. And I like that the mask is big enough that it covers my whole card, so I don't have to worry about, you know, getting any of this on the edges. All right, that was number 1. Number 2, now I need number 3. And I'm going to make a bunch of these because they're so fun. Okay, so now you'll see that I'm also going to introduce another color. So I'm going to now, so I'll put my pretty in pink off to the side. Again, just to save a little bit of room. Let me close it here. Hold on a second, because I'm done with that for now. Okay, so we're going to add another color. So we're going to add pretty in pink, which is coming in the new catalog, or put it in your starter kit now. And I'm also going to introduce pecan pie. Now this time I'm going to use the little tiny, the mini brushes, because then I can kind of have a little more control. So we're going to go pretty in pink, and it's a new pad, so it's nice and juicy. So I'm going to go pretty in pink in here. That looks good. And then I'm going to do pecan pie. So I have pecan pie, just these little circles. Oh, but you know what I forgot? Hang on a minute. I'm losing my mind. All right. Well, I'm going to have to get number 2 because I totally forgot my yellow. And number 1. What am I thinking? I'm just going to go like this. So this is what happens when you do multiple colors. You forget. Okay, so hang on a second. I apologize. This is live or Memorex. All right, so this is 1 and 2. All right, so hang on a minute. Let me get my number 1 back. I so apologize for that. Were you going, you forgot your yellow. You forgot your yellow. All right, so let's put this back. All right. So what's cool is you could totally do this, right? Like you could just do your pink, you know, ignore the yellow and then bring them back if you make a boo-boo like I did. Okay, so now let's bring, so this again, I brought number 1 back. I apologize for like totally forgetting that. Okay, so now we're going to take our daffodil, and I'm going to use a small brush for this too. All right, so now we're going to take our daffodil. I think because I saw it on the mask, my mind was thinking that I did it already. But I should have known when I pulled it away and it was gone. All right, so this is daffodil. Okay. I was going to edit that out, and you know what? I was like, we all make mistakes. It wasn't a big mistake. That's why I'm always like, I'm not a brain surgeon, thank goodness. All right. I'm just a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and it's just paper, ink, and paper. I mean, paper, ink, stamps, masks. So no harm done. All right. So we've already done that layer of the bubble bath. So now I want to do some more. So I'm going to go through here with some more of the daffodil. It's going to be a little bit darker because we're going daffodil over daffodil. Okay, now we're back where we need to be. So you can already see how cool these colors are turning out, especially if I do it in the right order. Okay, let's see. My tape is sticking. All right, so now we have number 3 again, because now I can show you for real with the pecan. So thank you for letting me make boo-boos. All right, so now we're going to go pecan pie. And I already did the pretty in pink. Remember? I already did the pretty in pink. I'll add a little bit more because that's dried now. Okay, so let's do our pecan pie. And I'm not going to put it super dark. I'm basically just using it so it can hold that spot for me. And you'll see why after. Okay, so that was pecan. So look how fun. Okay. So that was 3. Now we have 4. So 4 is when we introduce our greens. And you can kind of just use, obviously, the little notch I drew on there. But you can also see through the mask as well, which also helps you like line it up. Okay. So let's see. The first one, I'm going to do lemon lime twist. Now this is the green I used the other day, but I made it a little bit lighter and I just went over twice with the lemon lime. So you'll notice a big difference this time. Again, I'll link to that video. I should have kept one card, but I sent them out already. How bad, eh? All right, so this is lemon lime, but we're going to mix it with old olive for the 5th and final mask. Okay. That was number 4, and now to number 5 and the final mask. So look how beautiful. Okay, and then number 5. I was trying to take my sticker off. Ignore this granny apple because it's old olive I'm using. Because I just kind of mix and match my, so I need to take that label off there. All right, so this is old olive. And then it's like magic. Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. I love that that mask in the background, don't you? It just makes it even more like it's a rose climbing on a garden trellis. All right, so we're not done. So I have all these ink pads everywhere. Okay, so now what I want to do is, this is what makes it even funner. Now, you can leave it like this. Right? So when I use the light and the dark colors, I think you could totally just leave it like this without stamping the design over top of it, because you can tell what it is. It just keeps it really soft and subtle. But I'm going to stamp the greeting, or not the greeting, but the open line image over top of it, and that's this right here, just like I did the other day. And I'm going to use the memento. And I find this is the easiest way to do it, because then my memento it's nice and crisp, and I'm not blurring it. So the trick is, when you're, you can see through it obviously. I have found, after doing a bunch, that if I pay attention to the leaves on the edge, I can line it up a lot better than if I look at the flowers, because the leaves are darker. And if it's not perfect, I'm not going to worry too much. Okay. Ugh, my allergies are like driving me bonkers. I love all the flowers growing, but whew! All right. So look how fun that is when you add that stamped layer. Then you can see all of the little, like you can see what these are. Because when you're first using the mask, you're like, well, I wonder what that's going to turn into. And it turns into like a little bud growing. So that looks amazing. All right, so I'm going to flip it over here. I'm going to close my ink pads really quick, if you'll forgive me. Because I want to do a little, just like I did the other day where I splattered with the blend. And I don't want it to get in the ink pad. So I'm just closing them just quickly. Okay. Now, I want to add a little bit of, I want to intensify some of these colors. So I'm going to use my blends to do that. I'm not going to mess with the roses because I love how they turned out with the bubble bath. And by using that pretty in pink, I think I have enough definition on the roses that I don't want to add any more blend like I did the other day. I do want to add a little bit, and this is what I meant by when I did that pecan pie. It was just kind of a placeholder, and it allowed me to know where the centers of my flowers are going to be. So I'm going to use my light petal pink, my light pecan pie, and I'm just going to darken the center of these little daisies. So that was light, and then I'm going to take the dark and just add a little bit of dark. Okay. I also want to take my dark daffodil and make my flowers a little darker towards the center. And that's just going to intensify them too. Now you could use, wild wheat might look cute too, but I'm just choosing the daffodil because that's what I used with my ink pad. Because see, here's the wild wheat, which would give you a little darker yellow. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, instead of, like the other day I did azure as my splattery, but today I'm going to use the basic black. And I'm just using the light basic black. I'm going to use the brush side, and we're just going to flick it in the lid. And that puts these really cool splatteries, there we go, on here. So look how fun that is. So you've got these really fun splattery kind of looks. Oh, I think this is going to be like one of the most popular new sets, new bundles in the catalog. I really do, because I can hardly wait to just color this, without using the mask. I can't wait to line watercolor, regular watercolor, because it is just gorgeous. So I'm having so much fun with it. Okay, so let's bring over my memento. And let me bring the card over. Hold on a second. I can get this off of here. So see, I'm just spinning it so it goes off of that little piece of seal that I had on there. All right, so I picked Bubble Bath as my card base. And I'm going to layer this with black. And I usually don't make tall cards. Usually I always have them open the other way. But I wanted to make a tall card, so I chose to do a tall card. And I want to put a greeting down here. So the greetings I pulled from today are from, now this is an online exclusive set. This one right here, you might go, oh, what is this set? I never seen that. So this is Garden Meadow. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. I remember when I was designing my $1 million stamp set, I had this whole list of stuff that I was talking about, and I was like, oh, I'd love to have a wheelbarrow with flowers, and they were like, okay, well, we have one coming. So I checked that off my list because there was already one on its way. But oh, this is such a fun one. So I'm going to use the hello greeting. And then this one is Comforting Thoughts. And I think this one is on line 2, if I'm not mistaken. This is an awesome one. I mean, it's got some pretty greetings. There's always those tough cards that we have to send. And this is an awesome one for that. So I used those 2. And then here's the inside that I did earlier. Okay, so let me get my memento. And I'm just going to put hello on the front of the card. So I'm just going to stamp hello. And I love the font because it just kind of looks like, you know, I've just handwritten that, even though my handwriting is not near that nice. All right. And then on the inside, I'm going to use that one of those comforting thoughts. And it's just going to be thinking of you, praying for you, hoping with you. And it is such a pretty set. And then I'm going to stamp one of the little flowers that comes with the layering thoughts. This is just one of the little standalone flowers that comes with that. Look at that. I dropped my pad. Let me clean that up really quick. Because my wrist is still weak. All right, there we go. Wash my fingers. This is like a crazy video with all my little boo-boos. But again, it just shows anybody can do this. Because so many people go, oh, I could never do what you do. Oh, really? You couldn't drop a pad and make a mistake? Anybody can do that. All right, so we have the inside. I think they should be good and dry from all that. All right, so this is going to go on the inside. And again, this is Bubble Bath as the card base. Look at that. I'm going to get ink on something. Let me wipe my hands again. So there's the inside. I don't want to get this beautiful card done and then muck it up with dirty fingers. Okay, hold on a second. This is an April Fool's Day, is it? Okay, so here we go. All right, now I'm going to do the, so I'm layering this on the black. Now, I'm not putting any ribbons or anything. I am going to add some bling, though. And this is empty, so let me get a different one. Okay. So look how beautiful that pop of black is on that card. Oh, it just makes that black pop. All right, so I'm going to put some festive pearls. Now, these are retiring, so you're going to want to make sure you grab them. And they are on sale. So they're some of my favorite, but I actually grabbed a whole bunch myself because they're just so cute. They're just adorable. They're nice and small. All right, so I'm going to put some of the silver ones, and I'm just going to kind of plop them around. 1, 2, and those two are like married together. See how much they love me? They're like, look at that one stuck to me. All right, so here we go. So there is so pretty. And then the inside. Now you could color this. I'm just going to leave it plain. I'm not going to color that. I love that. Now let me show you this one. So this one goes this way. And this one gives a different feeling. Now, this one I also did the die, so I want to show you. So I just did another rose on another piece of paper. I die cut it out because this layers of beauty. It cuts out this whole image. It cuts out some of the smaller flowers, but it cuts this out. So you can do just this piece. So I wanted to do this one a little bit different. So I'm going to pop this. So I can put these dimensionals here because I know where that flower is going to go because it's identical. Okay, peel these off of there. And then I'm going to just plop that on there, like that, right over top. And now you have, this one looks different because you've got that flower that's popped up over top of it. And I like, because I have colored it, so even if someone can peek on the inside, there's color there. It also, and I did the same thing on the inside, it just, you know, this is, I call it a long card and a tall card, but even though it's the same size card, it's just the way it sits, right? But this one has a different feeling because I backed this one with balmy blue instead of the black. But it's the same card, same colors, but it just has a different feel because of that. So do you like the black better? Do you like the balmy blue better? Let me know. And obviously the way that I have the flowers pointing, you know, looks different too. All right, let me say see you later, alligator. So yeah, so I'm gonna make a whole bunch of these cards because it is so fast. So you will see this stamp set probably many times, because like I said, I can't wait to watercolor it. I can't wait to no line watercolor it. I can't wait just to have more fun. I can't wait. Oh, we have this new color coming. Is it Passion Poppy? Oh my gosh, Diana. Hold on a minute. Oh, it is Petunia Pop. Petunia Pop. So I can't wait to play with Petunia Pop because I think that will be fun with the roses too. So that might be fun to mix Pretty in Pink with Petunia as the dark. I really like the lime and the old olive though, because I love the lime. Lime is so, and we are losing Parakeet Party. It is retiring, so lemon lime is my go-to. But anyways, okay, so I'm gonna stop blabbing so that you can get on with your day. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I will see you Friday for my Dies Shorts. That will be at 3 o'clock. Hours at a time, same channel. Let me know what you think about these. Like I said, if you don't want to wait, you want to get this now, you want to get the new in colors now, you can add them to your starter kit. So it's the way to go. And you don't have to demo, you don't have to do videos like I do. You'll just be getting your demonstrator discount. And that's basically what I did when I joined 25 years ago. I just wanted that discount. Who doesn't want to save money when they order their Stampin' Up stuff? So if you have any questions about anything I've discussed today, make sure you holler at me. Otherwise, like I said, I will see you Friday. So have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you later. All right, bye for now.